Hi everyone, I am on my third box of HelloFresh. I'm at the point now between doing Blue Apron and now HelloFresh that I might be getting a eensy bit burnt out, but that's just because I don't really like cooking. But I thought this would be a good idea, obviously, to expand my cooking knowledge, see if I could spark that joy of cooking. Tis still a chore. Nevertheless, I still want to give this the good old college try. This is again a $45 shipped box. 2 different meals and a free breakfast item. I'm just gonna jump right into this, but before I do, I want to shout out this garlic infused oil. I came across this at Target. They had this flavor and also a Parmesan basil, and I was going back and forth. I went with this. Thank goodness I did. Guys, this is so good. So good. Next time you're at Target, go get this. Not sponsored by any means. It has little garlics on the bottom. This tastes exactly like when you go to an Italian restaurant, they give you garlic knots and you have that little bit of garlic oil extra on the bottom and you take your bread and you're just shoving it all in it. It's exactly that. I've already been eating this, just straight up dipping bread in it. Not healthy by any means, but absolutely delicious. And now the box. So the first meal in here is a cheesy smothered mushroom chicken. It comes with mashed potatoes and carrots, pretty standard for all their meals unless you want to pay for the upgrade of having asparagus or broccoli. These are the ingredients that comes with this dish: carrots, mushrooms, scallions, potatoes, chicken cutlets, sour cream, chicken stock, and Monterey Jack cheese. Sounds kind of similar to stuff that we've already had in the past, just add in some mushrooms instead and swap out a few spices. And the recipe for anyone who chooses to replicate this dish. This is the second dish. I didn't want to make any more handheld stuff. Last time, I think with the burgers, it was too much. It put a bad taste in my mouth, literally and figuratively. But this is pork banh mi burgers. I figured since we're going more of an Asian route, maybe it would be different and this will be a successful recipe, but who knows. As some of you may know if you watched the video, I ended up throwing out the recipe card for the Monterey Jack burgers that I got last week, and 2 weeks prior to that, my free breakfast item was this weird egg, avocado, chips, and whatever else sandwich. I threw out that recipe card also. Funny enough, that weird egg sandwich has never popped up on HelloFresh ever again, so I wonder if so many people reviewed it poorly that they just got rid of it. It was gross. It was weird. Who puts chips on a breakfast sandwich? Nevertheless, though, here's the ingredients for this meal: potatoes, mini cucumber, carrots, shallot, ginger, cilantro, lime, ground pork, sriracha, mayonnaise, garlic powder, ponzu sauce, I've never heard of that, contains fish, ugh, gross, and pork buns. Oh, I didn't realize it came with potatoes as its side. I'm honestly not going to do these potato wedges. I did not like how these same potatoes came out for the last burger, so I think I'll just make them into a mash. The recipe, you're welcome. If I'm being honest, if we continue to do HelloFresh, I think it might be for only like 2 more weeks, only because there is a pan style chicken pot pie recipe that's coming, I think in 2 weeks or so. So if anything, I do want to try that, and then we'll maybe jump ship to Home Chef or maybe just abort mission altogether. Banh mi burgers, cheesy smothered mushroom chicken. I think that's another one of my complaints too. There's not really very many Italian dishes. So like I had gotten the smothered mushroom chicken, as like a marsala dish, even though there's no marsala wine in it whatsoever. But I mean, if they could just give me a good eggplant parmesan dish, give me a chicken marsala dish. I'm not Italian, but I love Italian food, and it's not on their thing. They tend to have more of like that type of stuff, For the free breakfast item, I did go with that same pork sausage and egg cheese burritos. Spoiler alert, every week we're just choosing this. One, because it's easy. We also like it. And besides, if you're not doing this, their only other options now are like oatmeal or like ready-made cheesecake circles. You only get 2 of those. And to me, cheesecake isn't really a breakfast thing. It's more of a dessert thing. Ironically enough, every box you get closer to a reward. And I think after our 4th box, we get a free dessert. And that would be on top of, our free breakfast. So maybe after we get the free dessert reward, maybe then we'll cut the cord. So ground pork, chicken cutlet. I'm gonna skip making these on the video since I've already done that before. So if you want, I'll just link my other videos down below if you wanna see me heat this up in the oven. Wow, so exciting. All right, I'm gonna start making this chicken mushroom dish first. I think that sounds good because I think I'm still scarred with the handheld stuff, but I don't know. I'm so indifferent, guys. All right, let's start cooking. As I'm cooking the cheesy mushroom chicken dish, I'm just going to give you some of my opinions throughout the whole thing. As you know, in previous boxes, like I've had issues with quality control. A lot of times they'll give like 2 onions, but then one of the onions bad. Sometimes there's a bad carrot. This time around, guess what was weird? Look at this chicken. Isn't that crazy? I still used it. I still cooked with it, but this was kind of funky looking. Looks like a pig snout, right? So I think at this point I'm pretty much a pro at making carrots and potatoes, since that seems to be the only two side dishes that recipes that we choose always have, unless we want to pay extra, which we don't. We don't want to pay extra for broccoli because I feel like broccoli and carrots are on the same playing field. I don't get the reasoning behind it, but that's neither here nor there. So now that I'm making the mushroom cream sauce, this all seems vaguely familiar to me. And I'm like, why? Why does it feel familiar to me? It's because we've already had this dish before, but instead of chicken, we had it with steak, and instead of mashed potatoes, it was roasted potatoes. I can't believe I chose a different variation of the same dish and didn't even realize it. In my defense though, even though HelloFresh has a bunch of meals to choose out from, it just doesn't appeal to me or my boyfriend, and the ones that we do like, you have to pay like an additional $7 per person, which we're not trying to add on to the price point, you know? So overall, this dish was good. We've had it before. We liked it with the steak, we like it with the chicken, but it's getting kind of repetitive for us. And as things change sometimes in videos, we discussed it. We decided this was going to be our last HelloFresh box, so let me show you the last dish. So these are all the ingredients for the pork banh mi burgers. We do have a squish bun. It wouldn't be HelloFresh without one. And this is that weird fish sauce thing. I was like, you know what? Let me just try it. I need to know if I can actually put this in the ingredients or not. Lo and behold, it just tasted like soy sauce to me. So I gave it the green light. And for our bad ingredient of the day, look at this potato. What even happened to it? So I threw it out. Yucky, gross. The burger itself was delicious. You'll see there wasn't any potatoes because we were so tired of potatoes at this point. I did add a fried egg over easy for more flavor, and we opted out of the carrot in the slaw because we used that when we were eating some chicken wings. So it's been real HelloFresh. See you never. Will I try Home Chef next? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But all right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. And until next time, bye, friends.